MLB Network is your exclusive home for postseason baseball. It's Game 4 of the World Series between the American League's Houston Astros and the San Francisco Giants. Hi again, everybody. Matt Vasgersian. Welcome to the World Series here on MLB Network. With me is Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac. And Dan, lots of storylines here as we approach the start of Game 4.
Well, I think this series has played out exactly how we expected it to. At 2-1, it's been tightly contested, back and forth. We've got two teams worthy of being here, and I think this will go at least 6 games before it's all said and done.
The postseason is officially in full swing. Lineups and first pitch coming up next. The crowd is ready to erupt as their guys get set to take the field. Let's join public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your San Francisco Giants.
And briefly here, a glance at the two starters who'll get the ball here in this one. Now here's a look at the Astros starting lineup. Dero, what's the key for a road victory in this one?
Well, Matt, this goes for both lineups. They know they're dealing with a tough test in a pitcher's park, but they can't let that bother them too bad. Or they'll walk out of here a 3-4 game set, 0 for 12, 0 for 15. They have to find a way to stay within themselves.
Ty Blach is the man on the mound for the 4th game of the series. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Well, one of the things we're going to know with Ty Blach, he needs to have the changeup working. Doesn't throw very hard. 88 to 91 miles an hour. Has always had an advanced changeup, and that's really his bread and butter and his go-to pitch. Will throw the curve and occasional slider, but for Ty Blach, he needs to have the changeup to survive to get through this game.
Time for a look at the San Francisco Giants on defense. Guys, we have to focus on one of the best defenders in all the sport at any position. That's Brandon Crawford. This guy's got some of the softest hands in the game and a rocket on.
Leading off for Houston, center fielder, number 4, George Springer.
First delivery to him on the way. And our first pitch taken.
これで勝てば五分五分か。負けると逆王手やな。
A ball and a strike to Houston's leadoff batter. Game time temperature here an even 60 degrees. Fly ball out to right field. McCutchen is under it, and that's the first out of the inning.
Batting second, here's third baseman, number 2.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. So let's take a look at our umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Joe McDonald.
You know, you got to take your time and feel Joe McDonald out behind the dish a little bit. He has a tendency to move his zone around, usually settling in those middle innings.
You know, all you ask for an umpire is to be consistent. At times, Joe Mack is a little bit too inconsistent, particularly from a pitcher standpoint.
Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. Blocked. 27-year-old. He was a 5th-round pick.
3試合ってことは3試合やるってことか。そういうことか。
The 1-2. Grounded up the first baseline. Taken in by Longoria. And he'll take it onto the bag himself. 2 gone now here in the first.
Second baseman,
アルトゥーベ。
First pitch of the at-bat. Breaking ball taken right down the middle. And a check swing here as he couldn't help himself, and it's ruled strike two. The next 0-2. Count remains at 0-2.
粘る男。さっきのはほんまに何者なんかが気持ち悪いとこやけど。謎でしかないな。
He might have tried to do a little bit too much with it, trying to get him to swing through it, but it just ended up taking off on him.
That misses. It's to 2-2 now with 2 away here in the top of the first. Hit back up the middle. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. So a fairly painless top of the first, and now we'll see what the Giants can do. No score. And here's a look at the hometown Giants starting lineup in this one. Who's the one to watch, Dan?
Well, Matt, one guy that's worth the price of admission, Andrew McCutchen. This is the guy you want at the plate when the game is on the line. He thrives in these situations. It's almost like he goes to bed and says, I can't wait to play because the game is going to come down to me, and I'm going to make something happen. He thrives on performing in the big moments.
さすが爆速充電早いな。あら、コールさんや。すごいヒゲやな。
96 to 98 miles an hour with sink. Hard slider. His changeup has gotten better the longer he's pitched. He has a chance to be a no-hit type of pitcher every time he takes them out.
Time for a look at the Stros on D. And guys, the things I want you to focus on today, one of them being this manager loves to shoot. He has the pitching staff to trust.
ナックルカーブもね。
Manipulate his defense to try and get as many outs and play the numbers as much as
いきなりホームランってことはないな。
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good bat.
スリ玉か。
It's amazing. I tell so many fans, you get in a box one time, the one pitch you're going to swing at more than any other is that elevated fastball. Your eyes light up as an offensive player, and you just cannot get to it.
And he misses there, 1-2. The 1-2 is a swing and a miss. That's strike three.
Boy, there's nothing better from a pitcher standpoint than watching that high fastball, a high piece of cheese, swung at and missed. That pitch looks so inviting to hit, but it's awfully tough to put in play.
First pitch on its way. Hit well down the left field line, but back into the crowd, foul. One out, nobody on. Come on, 1-1 to Andrew McCutchen. And he lays off this one down and in for ball two. find the zone there, and it's 3-1.
Well, it's a pretty well-known fact.
とりあえず締めとこうか。
As you get into more favorable hitters counts, and that's especially true when we're talking about this kind of hitter. Not a great spot to be in if you're the pitcher.
Here's a high
上がりすぎや。
and this is taken in for the second out.
Batting third, second baseman, LB Tomlinson.
Stepping up to the plate, Kelby Tomlinson. No one aboard for him, and 2 gone here in the first. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Swing and a miss out in front of a changeup.
25度って寒いわ、ちょっと。
Very well executed. It looks like it just sort of dies when it gets close to the plate.
Up and in here as he had to bend out of danger. Cole, or the Cole train as he's frequently called. He was a first-round pick back in 2011.
Yeah, Matty, they certainly got it right when they drafted this guy. He has turned himself into an absolute superstar. Everybody knows this guy's name, and kids are buying his jerseys.
Sent on the ground out to second.
正面か。
There is Altuve. Throw in time, and the side is retired. An inning in the books tonight, still scoreless here on MLB Network. Here's Carlos Correa now. He'll get us started in the top of the second.
Yes.
Here's the first pitch to him. Off the plate and away there. 1 ball, no strikes. Correa, sometimes called Show Rea, was selected in the first round during the first-year player draft of 2012.
Yeah, Matty, they certainly got it right when they drafted this guy. He has turned himself into an absolute superstar. Everybody knows this guy's name, and kids are buying his jerseys.
Got him to swing at a pitch below the knees, 1-1.
どっちの進みが早いかやな。追いつけるかな。
How about that swing? Howdy, if you're waving at me.
よいしょ。
The air out to right. Catch is made out there by McCutchen, and that's the first out.
今で6か。
Now the Cuban import Yuli Gurriel. First pitch of the at-bat. Hit on the ground out to short. Crawford fields it cleanly. In time to first, and there are 2 away.
Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 9, Marwin Gonzalez.
Stepping in, Marwin Gonzalez. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. First pitch on its way. And that one just missed outside. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. Still looking for our first hit in the ball game. And he looks at one in there, 1-2.
I know to the fans that probably looked like something good to hit, but unless you're sitting breaking ball right there, I don't care if it's middle of the plate. That's a tough pitch to pull the trigger on.
Timing just to tick off there as this one's fouled off to the right. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Astros. We'll go to the bottom of the second, no score. The Giants' number 4 batter, Austin Jackson. He's set to lead off the home half of the second. First delivery to him on the way. There's a swing, and he sends the ball high in the air into left field.
そのまま入る。
Into the bleachers and gone. Solo shot here to left. His first homer so far in the series as the Giants are staked to a 1-0 lead.
Well, if you're going to give up a towering blast to one of the best players in their lineup, it's better to do it with no one on base. It stings, sure, but the shot isn't going to be the deciding factor in the game.
Standing in now, Nick Hundley. So take a look at a pitch too low. It's ball one. Base is empty here with nobody out. Changeup stays outside and he's behind 2-0.
Well, I'll tell you, if he wants to turn things around, that pitch is one he's going to have to start locating a lot better.
From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Down low, and the plot thickens here, 3-0.
Three of those pitches were definitely out of the zone, but that last pitch looked pretty darn good to me. You're not usually going to get many favorable calls on 3-0, though. You have to earn that spot.
Stepping in now, Jarrett Parker. As he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball one. Hundley on at first, nobody out.
Let's go. Wait for the pitch.
Yeah, ball the car.
Down low, 2 balls and a strike. Now the 2-1. And this one gets away.
走れ走れ走れ。ああ、やばい、遅い。
Perfect throw.
あ
They got him at
あ、遅か
second.
ったか。
The Giants have struck first here. They lead it 1-0 as we play the second. And it's full now, 3-2.
Full count. 3-2.
And he misses again, ball 4. And that's back-to-back guys now that have reached base via the base on ball.
Well, it's obvious that earlier home run he gave up is still on his mind. He had him 3-2, but he didn't want to give him anything over the heart of the plate to hit. So we'll see if that walk comes back to hurt him.
Ready. Here's the first offering. Fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind.
こっちも同じようにやってる。
Back in the zone with a hard fastball after the walk. I think he might have let a little frustration out with that pitch.
Runners on first with 1 down.
Wow.
Shot to left field and deep. Look at this. And goodbye. This one ain't coming back. A 2-run home run for Evan Longoria. His second home run of the series. And the Giants have now taken a 3-0 lead.
Well, that's the second home run of the inning, and their lead grows bigger. It's like a runaway train on a downhill slope right now. And the other guys are trying to throw twigs in the spokes to stop it.
Swing and a miss that time. It's 0-1. His career line against Garrett Cole. He's totaled 4 hits in 18 at-bats. 0-2 now as Crawford comes up empty on that one.
Obviously looking to pull the baseball right there, out in front on that off-speed pitch. This will be an interesting sequence right here to see if he slows him down even more or tries to run a heater by him.
And Crawford swings and misses at that one, a strikeout victim for out number 2.
It's so hard to hit when you're behind a count 0-2, right? You have to protect for the fastball. You have to look for the soft stuff down and away. You're really at a disadvantage when you fall behind 0-2.
In now, Ty Block. Here's the first pitch, chopped foul right at home plate, and that's the first strike. Swing and a liner toward the gap in left center. And the pitcher's got himself a base hit.
Hey guys, this is why when playing in the National League, I saw pitchers constantly just really focus on the offensive side of the ball, whether it be sack bunts or having to get a knock. Here's a moment that can never be taken away. A huge hit in a World Series game. That's a pretty awesome moment for him.
Into the box, Andres Blanco, as he'll take a look at ball 1. Looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat. Missed with a breaking ball.
Well, I think he just kind of lost focus on the mound right there. It's clearly not going his way, and he's thinking more about that than the last hand. Right now, he needs to think about this hitter.
3 runs already home here. Went about halfway there, but it's a called strike regardless.
Not too often you see a changeup come across at 88 miles an hour on the gun. Still effective when you're throwing a fastball in the high 90s, though.
Hit out towards second. Altuve has it. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. So 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a man left. We'll go now to the top of the third. It's the Giants 3 and the Astros nothing. Evan Gattis now standing in. He's the number 7 hitter, but he's leading off the third after the first 6 guys in the lineup have been retired in order.
Yeah, it's been a great start to the guy on the mound. It'll be interesting to see if they can find a way to get to this guy before he really settles in.
Here's the first pitch to him. Turned on down the line.
抜けた。
There's the first hit of the game for Houston.
Hey, some guys can handle the postseason lights, and this is obviously one of them. Another base hit leading off for the boys. This guy's had a
それ以降でも書いてる気配がないな。途中で寝とるか、違うの見とるか、どっちかやな。
Gattis gets his lead at first, nobody out. Reddick behind a ball and 2 strikes. Popped him up.
危ね。ギリギリやな。
Digging in, Garrett Cole. He could be bunting here in order to stay out of the double play.
バント来るか。やっぱり。よっしゃ。ダブルプレー最悪やな、これ。
We'll move on to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Giants 3 and the Astros nothing. Here's Andrew McCutchen now. And we'll move on to the bottom of inning number 3.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the
Here's a high pop-up. Bregman is there. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone.
Every pitcher loves to get quick outs, right? How about that? 1 pitch, 1 out, a pop-up to start the inning.
Here's Kelby Tomlinson. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Swing and a miss, and he's behind 0-1.
Case in point right there, Matty. We're seeing a trend, the north and south. A lot of pitchers working that elevated fastball and then breaking stuff off in the dirt. We used to see east-west, not the case anymore.
And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Bases are empty, one man out. Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2.
Great off-speed pitch right there. He was definitely sitting fastball, wanted to turn and burn.
Moria.
This pitcher might be on the attack with that pitch all game long.
So he ran the fastball by him for the punch-out. Kelby Tomlinson becomes out number 2 this inning. Here's Austin Jackson, the center fielder.
Yeah, that last at-bat, Danny, he turned that fastball around. He didn't hit it a ton, he didn't hit it a country mile, but hey, listen, a home run is a home run.
Perhaps he can drive another one out of the park just like he did back in the second.
The last at-bat, Matty D, we heard this guy's a good fastball hitter. He got a fastball and didn't miss it. We'll see if they pitch him a little bit differently this time and mix in some off-speed pitches. Looks to me like he's trying to make adjustments pitch to pitch up there at the plate, but he's looked completely thrown off so far. Late on the first one, way out front on the second.
Missed with a slider. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Jackson's not offering at that one, and it'll knock things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That's back-to-back.
さあ、どこまでこのパターンでいくかな。
You probably can't throw that again, so
いやー、入ってた。
Fastball to end the inning. Giants are down 1-2-3, but they're on top by a count of 3-0. Striding in once again, George Springer. So far, 0 for 1 with a fly.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
Here comes the first pitch. Looking at a fastball for a strike on the corner.
You can tell this offense is getting frustrated, but this might be one you have to shower off. When a guy's locating like this, fastball at the knees and to both corners, it's going to be tough for them to do anything with it.
Let's go, Giants.
That misses
くるくるタイムか。まさかのくるくるか。
Ready to deliver the 1-2. Curveball that time, not even close. Hot shot down the line.
ファール、ファール。
Foul ball as that keeps things at 2-2.
粘る男。
The 2-2 one more time. He can only battle for so long as he's finally set down here after an 8-pitch at-bat. And that'll bring up the former first-rounder Alex Bregman. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike 1.
Really had an answer for keeping him in check in this series. He's offered very little resistance with the bat in his hand so far.
Oh, got him to swing out of his shoes on that one. 0-2. The bouncer to the left side. There is Crawford. Throw-in time at first for out number 2. Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. First delivery to him on the way. Here's a little.
何これ。
He's got to hurry.
攻めた。
Off target there, so he'll reach first base safely. Ready for another chance? Carlos Correa. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First pitch on its way. A high fastball is in there.
That's what makes pitching so difficult. You get the first two guys out of the inning, then you give up that 2-out base hit. Now you have the middle part of the order coming up, and this is where you have to really refocus on that mound to stay out of a potential big inning.
The 0-1 on its way. Think he held up in time, but that becomes moot as it's a called strike 2. From the belt, the pitch. And this one runs in on it as he can't get his arms extended. A great pitch there, and the inning is over. The Astros leave one. They trail in this one 3-0.
さあ、4回か。4回の裏か。
Now a ball lined to the left side, but this is a foul ball. 1 strike now from Cole. Hit hard down the left field line, but this is foul near the seats. Tried to get him to go after the slider, but it's 1-2. The 1-2. His fastball taken high for a ball. Ball 3, so it's a full count now. Line drive to center field.
正面か。
And he will run this one down, moving to his right, and that's the first out of the inning. Striding in, Jarrett Parker. He drew a walk his first time up. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And he lays off there, 1-0.
Hey, I hope that call doesn't throw him off his game right here. He's been pitching one heck of a game, and I'd hate to see the umpire get in his head right now.
Now the 1-0 is laid off for ball 2.
They obviously circled him before the game that they were not going to let him beat them. Walked him this first time up, and now they're nibbling again.
Swung on, missed, 2-1. And a big swing and a miss here, 2 strikes. Hot shot on the ground to
うわぁ、取りよった。うわお、間に合うか。チャレンジやけど無理やろ、これ。これはアウトやわ。
That's a thumbs up from the bench, so they will challenge the call on the field. So the umpires on replay duty in Manhattan will now review the play from all available angles in order to make the final decision.
So here's one last look at that replay from another angle. There has to be indisputable evidence in order to change the call. And boy, I'll tell you what, I just don't see it there. I'd be pretty surprised if this challenge works out for them in this case.
And the review process appears to be coming to an end.
これはアウトやな。
And he is indeed out at first as originally called. So they lose the challenge and the ability to use any further challenges for the rest of the game. Into the box now, Evan Longoria. As with 2 away, he'll swing and miss at the first pitch. It's 0-1. 3 runs, 3 hits, and no errors on the Giant ledger to this point. And a fastball way off target here, and it's even at 1. 1-2. Ready to deliver the 1-2. Strike 3 called as he can't get the bat off his shoulders. Side retired. Giants down in order. They lead it 3-0.
30まではいっとくか。
Leading off for Houston, first baseman number 10, Julian.
Here comes the first pitch. A breaking ball taken at the knees for strike 1. Looks at a changeup on the inside corner for a strike.
Man, you find yourself down 0-2 after 2 great executed pitches right there. Got to look for something up. Might have to tip your hat if he can stay down below the knees like that.
Gurriel behind a ball and 2 strikes. This one's down to 3rd.
よいしょ。
And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away.
8か。
Two-seamer on the outside
3回分いってる感じ
That's what
か。
you'll get a lot of with that pitch. He rolled right over it.
And a curveball drops in there for strike 1. No runs, 2 hits, no errors in the ballgame for the Astros to this point. And he lays off for ball 1.
These guys have got to be frustrated as
Shoot.
an offensive unit so far in this one. They haven't been able to crack the code on their opponent, but it's not like they're getting great pitches to hit either. This starter has kept the ball on the corners of the zone all game long.
Hit down the line at first. And this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. Looking to punch him out again. The pitch. Lofted in the air out toward right center.
やばい。と。
And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now. Evan Gaddis now standing in. A base hit in his first trip. First pitch coming. Here it is. Change up that catches the corner for strike 1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Throws him for strike 3, and that retires the side. Astros go down 1-2-3. They trail it here 3-0. Now at the plate, Brandon Crawford, as we move past the halfway point in this one and begin the bottom of the 5th. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Fastball off the plate away. It's ball 1. Called strike at the knees. 1-1. Now the 1-1 pitch. It is a fastball in off the plate for a ball. And here's a pitch taken by Crawford for a ball. 3-1.
You can bet they'd love ball 4 here. That gives the pitcher on deck an obvious bunt situation to move the runner into scoring position.
The 3-1. This is hit the other way out toward left field. Gonzalez is in his tracks now. 1 down. Digging in, Ty Block. He reached on a single in his first try. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And he jumps at a changeup, a swing and a miss.
I think he just subscribed to the swing hard in case you hit it philosophy of hitting. As a pitcher, why not? Better than standing up there like you've never done that before.
9-0-2 now. The 0-2 delivery. Liner towards second. Right to the second baseman, and that's the second out.
The batter, third baseman, Andres Blanco.
Ready once again, Andres Blanco. Third trip to the plate for him here. He struck out and grounded out in his first 2 tries. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball.
When a guy's featuring big-time velocity like this, you have to be on the fastball. It's your only chance.
雨規制で見合わせか。そんな降ってんねんな。あーちゃ。
Strike 3 called and the inning is over. Giants are down 1-2-3, but they lead it 3-0. Stepping in is Josh Reddick. He'll start things out in the 6th for a lineup that really hasn't found its groove in this one.
Yeah, only 2 hits so far, Matt, and not very many hard hit balls either. We'll see if they can start making some adjustments.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And that one stayed too low, apparently.
この辺もなんかまた雨降ってんか。
Swinging a soft liner, and this will be put away easily for the out.
Now batter, the pitcher, Garrett Cole.
Tyler White will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Number 13.
ホワイト。
Hit hard to the right. Foul. And he takes strike 2. Another 0-2 home.
さあ、ほぼほぼ7回みたいなもんや
Fly
な。
ball out to straightaway left. Parker moves over. 2
7、
guys.
8、9でもやっぱええぐらいやな。
Here's George Springer. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. And that one just missed outside.
Hey, 2 outs, nobody on, and a power hitter up. This is where, as a pitcher, you got to use the hitter's aggression against him. Get him to fish a little bit. Something a little more out of the zone than normal.
Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired.
さあ、6回までいったな。
Still down 3-0. Brad Peacock enters to do the pitching in the bottom of the 6th. Settling in now, Andrew McCutchen. No hits to this point.
Leading out for the Giants, right fielder, Andrew McCutchen.
First pitch on its way. Grounded down the third base line. And this will stay inside the third base bag. A fair ball. And a good effort to bring it back in quickly, but he's in at second base with a double.
Fans didn't even get a chance to settle in their seats for the beginning of the inning, and he just blistered that ball down the line on the first pitch he saw. It stayed fair, and he's safely on second with the leadoff double. That's the way you lead off an inning.
Here's Kelby Tomlinson.
Ah, 振ってもうた。
And he's going to make it up to third here as he advances on the wild pitch.
That can be a tough read as a runner on second to see if the ball has gotten away enough to move to third. You have to be sure you can make it. He was there, and now he's only 90 feet away.
あー、これはアウトか。
First is in time, but meanwhile the runner is in to score.
And here with the infield back, they were giving him the run on a ground ball, so he just takes advantage of that and drives the run home. Good approach.
Austin Jackson will stand in here hoping to duplicate what he did back in the second inning. We flash you back to take another look at his solo home run that helped get this offense rolling. Swung on and lifted in the air to the left side. Gonzalez on the move. He's got it, and there are two down now.
あら、追いつかれてるやん。珍しい。土壇場で追いつかれたか。
And a check swing. Did he go around? No, says the first base umpire. It's ball one. This is hit high in the air out to the left center. Springer has a read on it, and that ends the inning. So one run, one hit, no errors, and no one left on base. Game 4 heads to the 7th inning now. Giant back here in San Francisco. Game 4 is off to the 7th inning. Before we get it started, let's check out our game summary to this point. And that'll bring up the former first-rounder Alex Bregman. And he and his fellow top-of-the-order hitters haven't really offered much help for this lineup so far.
まあ、ぼちぼち替え時か。
generate a lot of action. They just haven't been up to the task so far in this one. Still time for them to turn it around, though. We'll see if it happens. You know he wants that on the mound, especially if it would have made the count 0-2. Didn't get it, though, so now you have to make another quality pitch on 1-1.
Foul.
When you have two strikes on you, as a hitter, if you get something that you can handle, you have to find a way to do some damage.
あー、これ抜けてもた。
And that's into the gap and should be extra bases. And he'll pull into second here with nobody out.
When you're struggling as a team to put the ball in play, every base hit is welcome, but a double will really help wake everyone up. That's just their third hit of the game, but it's a good one.
さあ、くせ者アルトゥーベ。
Set to deliver the 0-1. It's a high
Foul.
field corner. If it stays fair, it's gone. And that nearly would have gotten him on the board. Instead, it's a long foul ball. Nope. And a fastball just below the knees, ball one.
Okay, so now is where I think you pull the string. Throw the El Cambio up there.
よっしゃ。これはあかんやつやな。
Here's Carlos Correa now. Struck out swinging in his last trip to the plate.
やっと。
Sent back up the middle. Tomlinson fields it cleanly, and he'll whip this one over to first, and he gets his man for the second out.
ゆりぐり。
Runner in scoring position with Sugan.
よっしゃ。 変えた。次から変えるか。
At the plate, Jarrett Parker comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. From the stretch. Missed with a breaking ball. Counts 1-0.
うわ、よう曲がるな。
Now ball two. Back-to-back breaking pitches. I think if right now you really have to try to get the best pitch you can get in the zone, you have to throw it right here.
The 2-0 on the way. It's offered at and missed for the first strike.
Yeah, right there, it's tough to be able to dive out over the plate. I know it's a pitch people think you can get to, but after you're pounded in twice, that ball looks like a foot outside.
2 balls and a strike. Here it is. Tried to crush that ball, and now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes. The 2-2. And he tried to hold up that time. We'll get an appeal down to third, and no swing. It's ball 3. He's set. Here's the 3-2, and it's fouled away. Another full count pitch home. He spoils another one, and we'll do it again.
30万とかすごいな。桁が異常やな。
3-2, one more time. Line drive.
よっしゃ。
And that's a base hit. 1 for 2 in his first couple of plate appearances. So that's how they'll start out their half of the 7th inning.
Boy, talking about making a pitch.
初めが400万やからね。これもおかしいね。
I get it. After the second pitch, you start to get in auto swing mode. He could have thrown the rosin bag and he would have took a hack at it. So hats off to him, not only battling for 8 pitches, but getting a result.
Oh, and here's a drive. Well hit out to straightaway center.
入った入った。とどめを刺したな。
2-run shot to straightaway center. His second of the game. As they pile on, it's now 6-0.
どうなってんや。逆転したんか。
Well, he's what's known as a feast or famine type hitter, striking out a lot, but with enough power.
抑えが出た感じか。
But guess what? Dinner is served because he just launched that one.
Will Harris enters now in a mop-up role as he'll try to keep the deficit right where it is. Here's the shortstop, Brandon Crawford, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. He's set. Here's the 0-1. And say he broke the plane, as yes he did. It's ruled a strike. Pause, and the 0-2 is taken. That's ball 1. The 1-2.
Ball ya.
Gurriel in foul ground, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. Now with the play, Ty Block. He's been great on the mound, so we'll see if he can do something with the bat.
ワンアウトか。もう代打するから変えとくか。誰にするか。ハンター・ペンス。6点ありゃ余裕やろ。
And that misses for ball 1. Still only 1 out in the inning. And he fouls this one off.
Back
into foul territory behind first.
Whoa.
And no one can get there. try it again. The 1-2. Misses. Ball 2. And they're working the outer half here, but that one's wide for ball 3.
Well, he really needs to make this guy swing the bat right here. He's not the type of hitter you want to dance around with.
Now the 3-2 pitch. Pulled high.
これはあかんな。
Gonzalez has a play, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning. Stepping in,
ノー
Andres
ヒット
Blanco,
か。
0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ball game.
でも、無理か。守られへんな。
First offering on its way. Almost a worm burner as he misses on a low fastball, ball 1. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner.
When you're down 6 on the mound, you got to at least throw strikes here.
High in the air into shallow left center. Gonzalez moving to his left, and the inning is over. Another good inning for the Giants. Who's got it better than those folks right there? More baseball on MLB Network right after this.
指示中米はどこでもあるやろな。もう一人 5.1 4 44か。0.0 全く一緒やなこれ。
Sam Dyson has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th. Here's Marwin Gonzalez now. Lifetime against Sam Dyson. He's a .333 hitter.
Starting to run out of time. They haven't been able to score any runs as we're moving late into this one. A perfect time for this leadoff guy to try to get on base and ignite a rally.
Now a changeup misses here.
このまま8球投げてくれりゃありそうやな。
Count even now at 1-1. The 1-1. Bouncer down the line. That winds up foul. The 1-2. Is a slider.
いやー、際ど。
Tough to take a pitch like that right there, especially in a 1-2 count. You almost get in that auto swing mode. Great job to work the count back.
And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. The Giants are into their bullpen now, as there are the final numbers for their starter. And he really delivered a fantastic postseason performance. Evan Gaddis now standing in, 1 for 2. He singled and struck out in 2 trips. First delivery to him on the way. Hit hard down the left field line. But this is going to get fouled.
さっきのは勝ってるっぽいなもう。
The 0-1 on its way. And he misses with it 1-1. Hit sharply, but fouled down the right side. 1 out, nobody on. A 2-2 count to the Astros catcher.
Well, 2 straight fastballs inside haven't put him away. So now it'll be interesting to see what he turns to.
よっしゃ。
Swung on and missed. 2 are quickly retired to start inning number 8. With that, we'll give you a look at our starter comparison for the 2 starting pitchers in the game, and the column to look at is the one on the right side of your screen.
さあ、あと一人か。
And he gets ahead here with the fastball.
この感じやと打たれることはないやろ。多分。
We're seeing quite a few pitches up from him right now, and that can obviously be dangerous. A cold strike there, but he might need to lower his sights a little bit.
Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes now. The 1-2. Fouled away. 2 out, nobody on. Here's one that barely misses off the inside corner. 2-2.
I like what he was trying to do there with the 2-seam fastball, but that's a tough pitch to command. When you throw it glove side like that, it's really tough to get it to come back to the corner.
And he will get there to
なんとか8までいったか。
end the inning. Astros go down 1-2-3. They won't make a dent in a 6-0 deficit. Now we're going to have a conference at the home plate area, so it would appear that we'll see a double switch here. Hector Rondon will come on to pitch now. He'll move into the 8th spot in the lineup on the double switch here. Jake Marisnick will also come on now as he'll move into the pitcher's number 9 hold in the order here on that double switch.
おっと。
Now a slider in on the hands.
終わってからちょい食べるか。
This one almost in the books. The story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
Well, Matty V, I don't know what your thoughts are, D-World, but boy, when the weather starts to warm up and the ball starts jumping out like this, it's clear that the pitchers need to start making better pitches.
Yeah, just great approach. No one really chased today. Really stayed staunch on their ability to get that pitcher to come into the heart of the plate, and they did damage with it.
The 3-0 pitch. Hit hard to shoot.
ああ、ショートゴロ。
He's up with it. And the throw's offline.
ああ、落としちゃった。
Sweep it up that time, but came up with nothing but a glove full
ポ
of
ロリ
dust.
ポロリ。
Well, as we take another look,
ショートのエラーなんやね。
throwing error here. The ball bounces right off the infield grass. A nice effort to try and make the save, but it was a tough hop, and he can't bail his teammate out.
Joe Panic will come on to pinch hit.
Panic.
Runner at first and nobody out. And that misses inside 1-0. Hutchin aboard here at first with nobody out. A ball and a strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Panic behind
No.
the ball and 2 strikes.
Probably better that he let that pitch go anyway. After seeing a lively fastball on the pitch before, it's pretty hard to sit back enough on a well-thrown changeup.
The 1-2. Lifted down.
ああ、そうだ。
Gonzalez coming on. He makes the catch. A great effort to get there and record the first out of the inning. Here's Austin Jackson, the center fielder. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. From the belt, the pitch. And this is low, ball 1.
Counts 1-0.
Swing and a miss as he ramps up on the fastball. 1-1.
1 strike.
Two and
2
1.
balls, 1 strike.
I like that they went away with that pitch right there. They really tried to tie him up on that previous pitch, so he was probably what we call inside conscious. He didn't get a strike there, but I'm guessing he was looking for another ball in.
3-1 to him now. Runner at first here, 1 man out. things off here. A nice job. It's ball 4. First and second now with one away.
The catcher, number 5.
Coming to the plate now, Nick Hundley. He flew out in his last at-bat. First pitch coming. Here it is. And the changeup is way low that time. Has a look. Now the pitch. Here's a swing and a miss. 1-1.
Boy, he center cut that fastball. It comes in the high 90s, but that's a dangerous location no matter how hard you're throwing.
1-2 now. Runners are at first and second with one away. Fouled off.
A lot of times you see guys in the middle of the order get worked away, but not right here. They're keeping it inside on him.
Is that an effort to keep him from getting extended, do you think?
Yeah, I think that's the idea, Matt, but he might spin to win if he starts looking for it in there.
And it's fouled away. Here's another 1-2. And a swing and a miss as they got him with the slider there. 2 away.
He put up a pretty good battle at the plate right there. They finally get him on a 1-2 pitch, but you could see that he wasn't laying down without a fight. He really made the pitcher earn that strikeout.
Stepping in now, Jarrett Parker, as he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty. It's strike 1. A hit and 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. Here's the 0-1. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. And it's a foul ball, according to the ump down the line. Awfully close that time. And now we're going to get a stoppage here as the 4 umpires will gather together near third base to discuss whether or not that was really a foul ball. And remember now, if there's any uncertainty, the umpires can go inside to get a look at the video feed from headquarters in New York. And I believe that's exactly what they're going to do. We'll give you a look at this from our own cameras and let you make a call for yourself. All right, here comes our umpiring crew with their ruling. And it is a home run. They overturn their initial ruling as they say this, in fact, was inside the foul pole. How about that? And now, Evan Longoria. He will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. The 1-0. Count now a ball and a strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And he fouls this one off. The 1-2 is looked at for ball number 2. And he tries to get him to reach for it, but it stays outside. 3-2.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. One more look at the big blow.
さあ、あとは抑えるだけやな。9点もあった余裕やな。
Here's Jake Marisnik starting things for his side in the ninth as they face the improbable odds of trying to come back in this one.
Yeah, not a lot of hope for them at this point. These guys know these bats still count, at least for their own stats. You can't mill in your chances as a professional.
High in the air to shallow left center. Coming in on it is Jackson.
Oh,
he makes the play. A fine running catch to get the first out of the inning. Here's George Springer. He was retired via the ground ball last time up. Into the corner and slicing foul. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Tough one to lay off.
あれはボールやろう。よう取ったもんやな。よっしゃ。さあ、あと一人。ブレックマン。
Lifetime against Sam Dyson. He's 1 for 2. 0-1 the count.
That fastball must have a little late life on it because that was right in the wheelhouse and he still wasn't able to get good wood on it.
Very weakly on the ground. Crowd of over 39,000 on their feet.
手をなんかえらいだらんとしよるな。よっしゃ。
On paper, this had the makings of a real hard-fought game, but paper and reality, those are two different things. They pulled away and never looked back. How about to a tune of a 9-run victory?
さあ、これで五分五分になったな。こっちも結局これ以降何も書いてないな。
Fellas, when you're on the big stage here at the World Series, you want to make sure you're
playing
the
game.
And this man right here certainly did. He's our top player of the game.
And Matty, I think you're absolutely right. Some guys just seem to thrive under the bright lights of the World Series, while other guys fade into the background. He was brilliant in this one, and this is some well-earned recognition.
これで戻して、あと次どっちが王手かけるかやな。2勝2敗か。あとでも2勝せなあかんもんな。よいしょ。さあ、では。